Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. Your opportunity to see Monday's eclipse may have just gotten smaller. A new calculation by John Irwin, a master in eclipse computations, suggests that the solar eclipse's path of totality, where the moon will completely blot out the sun, is actually 600 yards narrower than the official NASA projections. This means that if you were planning to watch the eclipse from a place on the edge of the path of totality, you might have an even shorter window. Some spots will miss out entirely. Based on this new data, locales that were expected to see the total eclipse for a few seconds, like Rome, New York, Effingham, Illinois, and Montreal's site Jardin Park, are now just out of the zone. The change in the 115-mile-wide, 9,200-mile-long path of totality was first reported by Forbes. A NASA scientist confirmed that the long-standing official map might not be entirely accurate, and advised people right on the edge to travel a mile or so into the zone, to guarantee they see the moon completely obscure the sun. The cause of the discrepancy: disagreements about how big the sun is. Calculations that use a slightly larger radius for the size of the sun yield an eclipse path that is slightly narrower. Dr. Michael Kirk, a research scientist in the Hawaii Physics Science Division at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, told Thrillist Wednesday. This difference would only affect cities on the very edge of the path of totality, where blanket predictions are difficult, regardless. A few city blocks one way or the other could mean 20, 10, or 0 seconds of totality. The zone of totality could also be slightly impacted by uncertainty in the Earth's rotation, Kirk said. Traveling towards the center of the path of totality even a mile or two will quickly increase the length of totality that people can see. Any small nuance in the zone would not affect the vast majority of the estimated 34 million people who are expected to witness the total solar eclipse on Monday. Many major U.S. cities like Dallas, Indianapolis, Cleveland, and Buffalo are still squarely in the center of the path and will see nearly 4 minutes of complete darkness. Southern parts of the U.S. will actually see a slightly widened path of totality if Irwin's projections are accurate, including San Antonio and Austin, with the Lone State state capital's McKinney Falls State Park is suddenly now narrowly in the zone. Several hours north from there, the zone starts to narrow, squeezing Denton, Texas, and Louisville Lake slightly out of the blackout area. As the totality zone snakes to the northeast, Effingham, Illinois, and Crawfordsville, Frankfort, Kokomo, and Fort Wayne, Indiana, were set to lose a sliver of visibility, as were Canton, Columbus, and Cincinnati, Ohio, according to Forbes.